Geek Chess. My name's Steve. Today we're not gonna be spending too much time on here. Probably should have this up higher because it looks weird, like contorting my arms down there. But figure I got like 30 minutes. We're gonna get ready to go to bed. We can mess around with this for a few. Because what I plan on doing is what I'm working on is for myself. Depending on how well this goes, I might end up selling this too. Tends to happen. A nerd corner. But what I want to turn this into is how he looks at the end of the movie, where he's like decompressed and like his eyes are like bulging out of his head. And for some reason, I thought I was gonna have to carve into him to make like the cracks that you see. But after looking back, and I'm actually looking at an image right now, uh, it's actually more like expanding out of his scales. So I'm just gonna work on that for a little bit while you guys watch if you want. I was working on some other commissions earlier today. That, like I said, this one's more for myself. Oh, reported Godzilla. Can't at the moment because I have gloves on. I'm working with really techy stuff. That he's in. He's off in the other room. Looks about the same. A little extra off, just be on the safe side. Like I said, I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time here working on this. Probably just try to get the head and like some of the neck done today, maybe the arms. The only thing that's gonna kind of suck is I'm gonna have to touch the laptop in order to move the video around so I can get a good look at it. So right now I got a really good like side profile. Two picks for Steve? You could. I haven't actually decided what I'm doing about his teeth yet because it's just like one solid piece. No, I mentioned previously I was gonna be doing this. It's been a thing in my Discord for a minute, waiting for this guy to come in. But yeah, two picks could work. It's just like a bit of a pain in the butt. And I don't know how. Like I said, I might just end up chopping them up or carving into them with the Exacto blade. It's probably what I'm going to end up doing. But this is like the process that's going to take a minute anyways for me to do. First and foremost, kind of position it the way I need in order to add some of the stuff to it. Hopefully you guys can see my garbage can is jam-packed over there, so try not to focus on that too much. But first and foremost, we have to get his eyes bulging a little bit more, which I kind of wish I would have grabbed some more of my tools. But one useful thing. Speaking of toothpicks, these come in handy. When you need like pinpoint little pieces. I'm going to take a little bit of this epoxy putty. This is just a two-part epoxy putty. What's nice is it hardens without the use of external heats or anything else for that matter. But my goal here is to try to just make this look like it's kind of, I need it more forward facing and kind of like it's bulging out of his eyes. So definitely want this guy to look pretty gross. Just like it was in the movie. Then stick a little bit of like the excess clay on here. Scrape it off as I'm going. Let's keep shaping the eye. Little by little. Recess it back in a little bit. How's your guys' evening going? Hopefully it's going well. Ooh, that's spaghetti. Yeah, we ended up getting McDonald's. I was gonna make some hamburger, but the stuff that we got out to use didn't quite thaw yet. So it'll be tomorrow's. It's always those little stuff that's like the most time consuming. Sort of like that. Where it just looks like it's kind of like protruding out just like ever so slightly. Could. It's a possibility. If I was going to make this to sell, I would probably do something like that. Ugh, yeah, I'd be in bed too. So again, it's one nice thing kind of about working on bootleg stuff is the detailing of the eyes weren't that great to begin with. So me doing this stuff actually is kind of helps improve it a little bit. Hey, you get back in there. Need you to adhere. There we go. Oh, hot darn, that one didn't take very long at all. It's kind of like once it got in there, it looked pretty good. Kind of just smush it back in a little bit. There we go. Now his eyes are kind of bugging out of his head a little bit. Oh, the Zilla series? You're asking the wrong guy there. It's been so long since I've watched the Godzilla series. Man, I need a really good shot of his cheek. put my laptop underneath the underneath here so I can see it a little better with all the lighting. Ooh, now I got an angled view. It's a little too flat. That or this side's not flat enough. One or the other. There we go. I like that. Okay. And then I should mute this. I don't need a random copyright strike just because I think the biggest conundrum I'm gonna have is trying to do all this. And it's like a little bit of clay is being used. Oh, sweet. Your Allosaurus is almost done? Cool beans. The thing what we're gonna do is this, like I said, it's gonna be kind of hard to match this thing like one for one. And just be like kind of just like little patches all over the place. Stick to the figure, please. It's like once you get so much epoxy putty on your hand, it's just like doesn't want to cooperate anymore. It's like it'll stick to the glove perfectly fine, but probably hope you guys can see what I'm doing. I will use the toothpick. Jeez, oh criminy. There we go. So now I'm just trying to tack it in a little bit just so I can press it in and then kind of start shaping it a bit. Fairly subtoning a really loose lower abdomen. Um, is it like a? Is it like a ball joint that you have like good access to it? Yeah, super glue is a bit terrifying unless you're um gonna be messing around with the figure for a bit and you keep kind of adjusting things periodically. Oh, nice. You watch all the gargoyles? We started rewatching it a little bit ago, but then once Casey was born, we decided we're just gonna wait till she's a little older, and then kind of give us an excuse to go back and just rewatch it in its entirety. Also, I think I jacked up the mixing on this because this is already starting to get kind of hard. But like I mentioned in the movie, he's kind of like the skin's like coming out from underneath the armor. So that's what I'm sort of trying to replicate. For the most part, I'm just kind of doing my own thing with it. Outside of like, I have like some photos here for references. Because to be honest, this shoulder area is like super jacked up. Like, I think the annoying thing is it's like right where this jointed ridge is. He's kind of got quite a bit of things going on. Yeah, it's almost like he's got like bits of ice chunks everywhere. Yeah, I'm a little surprised I never did try to update that one. Or even just kind of like reissue it to some capacity. Because like you got the regular version, there was the Spitfire, and then it was just like it's all we really ever got of it. Because like I mentioned, he's got like a lot going on with the shoulder region here, but because of the way like it's a fully posable figure, so I kind of am obligated to kind of get this thing to sort of work with the jointed sections here. Yeah, I'm already starting to lose some like adhesion. Yeah, it'll be the first time. Shoot, it was like that 99 Godzilla we started working on, and then it was like, Haya was like, hey, we see you started this thing like a week ago, but come to find out we've been working on this thing for like a couple months now. What a coinky dink. I was using this end of the Q-tip just to, not Q-tip, toothpick just to give it a little bit of like texturing here and there. Trying to smooth down some things. In some sections, but kind of gives you the shoulder piece. Get a little guy back here. I actually probably use this thing. Maybe. I guess I kind of mixed up the ratio, I think, on the epoxy, so it's already starting to hardening. So it doesn't want to adhere. Fine, I'll tack it out the stupid Q-tip you win, or toothpick you win. But I imagine it's probably going to be a couple of live streams of me randomly working on this thing to get this done. Since there is quite a bit of sculpting involved. Now he's got that little piece kind of just popping in between the place here. Oh yeah, this big toe's gigantic. Now looking at it, it looks like he actually has a little piece on his head. So we're gonna add a little bit to the eyebrow. Maybe. I think I gotta wet this up a little bit. Just try to get some elasticity back into this thing. Hopefully I can get the tack a little better now. There we go. Don't need it to be that big. Kind of just right behind the eyebrow here. Ooh, I kind of like that. It's like got an extra little raise to it. Actually, going to define that little bump a little more. I like it. Hope y'all are doing swell. Yeah, is he even British teeth? It looks like he's got like a mouth guard inside of his mouth. And a little piece up here. A little piece, I mean, yeah, we might need a little bit bigger one. Ooh, meatball sub does kind of good. Yeah, I think it's just the mold. That when they did the mold, it just kind of lost like all teeth detailing. Which, to be fair, for the price point, the teeth are still better than like some of the other offerings we get at that price point. So, is what it is. Well, that's awesome, orderly chaos. It's always good to get the children in early. I haven't seen Venom yet, sadly. It is a Jossum t-shirt that I have, for sure. Try to get a little bit more done on this, and I'll probably call it a day. So I guess this stuff's not really wanting to cooperate much anymore. And you can see kind of how the shoulder's going. It's got some stuff going on with the arm. Could try to get the stomach area real quick. It's a good shot of his stomach. Because he's got like one like rib cagey area look. Right around there. Plus, these things are great for epoxy putty. They're silicone brushes. Good for like sculpting. I know that you find them in like the paint sections, like at Hobby Lobby and whatnot, but they are they come in handy for this kind of thing because they're really flexible, but they don't really stick to anything, which is nice. One important bit is to try to make this look like it's actually a part of the mold. Which isn't the easiest thing. Oh, thanks for the dollar order, Chaos. Oh, Shin Godzilla's great. Shin Godzilla's still probably one of my favorite ones for sure. Okay, I might be doing this wrong, but I'm going to put this piece here. Because I can see in the one undershot, because what I'm watching is the part where he's charging the beam, because that's kind of what I'm going to be doing this one after. So when I do the paint job, it's going to have the blue spines. Yeah, you can kind of see. Brush gives some nice detailing. Plus, you can get a nice variety of them. Like this one's got a pointy edge. Which kind of helps for making indents. Because especially if you're going for like organic or natural, it's kind of nice because you can apply pressure, but it kind of goes in its own direction. So again, it kind of helps to make everything feel a little bit more organic. Because instead of me just dictating where that detail is going, the brush is kind of doing it for me. Yeah, because looking at this, there's not really much going on the back. Funny enough, the other side gets way more details. I'm going to stick with one side for now. At least for the purposes of this video. I wish I could see how his legs are. Because the problem is for the most part, this side, you only really get its upper body and the arm. It's the only thing you can really see. And then the other problem too is he has it goes all the way down his elbow. That's and vice versa. I still like Shin better. Like I like -1 as a movie better than Shin Godzilla, but I like Shin Godzilla's design better than -1. I know I'm probably in the minority on that one. No, like I said, I always really like the more unique Godzillas. It's like Shin's great. I love Zilla. -1's got is like a nice hybrid outfit where it gives you a lot I really love Heisei. Reminds me a lot of Heisei, but it's got a bit of that new it's got a little bit of Shin going on with it. It's got a little bit of Legendary going on with it. I think I like with -1. It's just not because Shin, like I said, I think as a creature design was just more interesting for me. But the movie itself is just a bunch of board meetings and them just hanging out in the office trying to figure out how to defeat a giant monster. While in -1, you get like a bunch of different locations. Like them trying to fight Godzilla on that little boat is probably some of my favorite things to happen in a Godzilla movie. It's just such a cool scene. Then just like the production, the sound design, everything in that scene too is just fantastic. But I feel like as a Godzilla design though, it's pretty. He's pretty safe. Like it's got a lot. You can definitely see a lot of inspiration. Like you can see like the shinness of the feet and the way the spines are kind of designed. But the overall like silhouette's very Heisei, but the scaling's a bit more legendary in style. Like I say, honestly, probably the most unique thing about him is probably the spiky elbow bits. Because kaiju wise, that's almost more of a Gamera thing for me. Yeah, I think that's. It's got a little bit on the forearm, or like, because his arm's kind of like this. He's got a little piece going on here. All right. I think that's about as far as I'm getting today. Definitely made way too much of this. And like I said, it's already getting pretty tough as it is. Doing good, not sorry. Been pretty solid. Yeah, I think I mucked up the ratio on that one. So we'll call it good for that. I might do some more streaming tomorrow on this guy. It's a good possibility, but essentially where we're at right now with his bugged out eyes. Got the key piece on that side, and this side relatively worked done. Next, we'll be doing the stretch that you kind of see going down the back here. For the lower regions, it's kind of just, lower region's tail is just going to be kind of what I feel like. It's not like you really see it. And I do need to probably add like a little bit more like smaller bubbles here and there. But at least we got some of the more giant ones hooked up tonight. I think it'll just be a little bit here, a little bit of work here and there, trying to get everything worked on them. But what will happen, hopefully in the next stream, maybe be able to get most of the rest of the upper body kind of set up. And then once the upper body's set up, that'll make doing the bottom easier. Because you never want to, especially when working with epoxy, you want to get too far ahead of yourself. Because then say if I start working on this side, I accidentally start fudging around with this and muck it up. Yeah, I see like some people are customizing them, but a lot of people are just repainting them or getting the like 3D printed heads and whatnot. So I want to do something a little bit more unique. And when I first seen the movie and then with the monsters coming out, this has kind of been a design I wanted to do anyways. Because I don't think Monster Arts will probably give us one. They'll probably be like this, the beam version. Probably be it. I would be surprised if they did this. It'd be cool. Although then if they did this, I'd probably be trying to sell mine. Because the only other stuff I worked on today is I was working on a Zilla earlier. He's mostly done now. I just have some cleanup and a couple of like the detail work on them. I got the base coloring on you, which you're going to be a Bull Rex. So now I got the base coloring on. Now it's going to be a bunch of dry brushing, putting the stripes on. I'll have to fix a couple of green spots on them because, like I said, the problem with these figures is when you move them around, it tends to scuff a bit until I seal it. So there's going to be a few sections I'm going to have to touch up after going with it. Smoothing? No. I had it mostly done a while back, but just haven't gotten back around to it. And then with the Sylvagon, I got, again, his base colors are all on 2 today. And next will be doing, again, a bunch of dry brushing. Oh, this one's the T-Rex. Same style. It's by the same person, Arctic figures, but this one's specifically the Bull T-Rex. And then I also got to start working on this -1, making it more movie accurate. Is a game plan. I also had a beam I 3D printed. Oh yeah, also from previous stream. It was a few streams ago that we found out that my Jason mask got my damage. So I did a little bit of work on it the other day. And got some stuff touched up on it. But I still have to like wipe this back off and redo it because I want to try to match the staining that's happening on this. Right now it's a little too dark. So I got that. I got Mr. Dragon's wings colored the other day too. So I got to detail those. And then, because I know Arnez is in here. One thing I was working on randomly too is I got Arnez a present. Is the Predator helmets from Prey. I did some trading. A guy 3D printed it and painted it himself. But when he painted himself, it was just pretty much brown and a slightly lighter brown. So it wasn't quite right. So when I got it in, I did a black wash over top of everything. Kind of left the browns. You can see it here. It's still hanging out. But then I made it more bone colored. I also did the silvers on the side of the helmet where it actually attaches. And painted the little thing silver too. So this will be our Christmas present. My metal candy armature. Oh, the acetone? That's what that is. Yeah. It's pretty sweet. Well, Though sadly, can't see out it. I still got to make a. It's gonna make it into a wall mounted thing. So that's gonna be the next thing for that. I gotta buy a frame and then attach it to the frame, and I might make like put something around it. Maybe do something Indian around it would be kind of cool, or Native American, I should say. So used to my mom. My mom still calls everything Indian, so I just what I'm used to. So might do something with that. Oh, you know what? It'd be kind of cool to do like a dream catcher kind of thing. That'd be kind of neat. I'll have to look into that because you don't see that stuff around here. Like, remember when I was living around here? Like, you used to see like Native American stuff all the time around here. Now you don't see like jack diddly squat. Then the last time I seen a bunch of stuff was we stopped at a place in Tennessee. I'm trying to remember the name of the city, but they had a bunch of Native American stuff there, which is cool because my mom collects that stuff. Oddly enough, that's about it. Then working on this guy, and I also got to start a Green Lantern Godzilla or Red Lantern Godzilla. That'll be starting up in the near future too. And if you guys haven't checked out my Instagram or the Etsy shop, I got this scanned, painted, and printed. I currently got it up on my cancel on Twitter for wouldn't surprise me. Oh, Dreamcatcher. It's hard to explain. It's pretty much a kind of like a giant circle with a bunch of strings in the middle of it, and there'd be like feathers and stuff hanging off of it. It's very ornate looking. And what it does is you put it like at the top of your, if I'm not messing this up, where you put it like above your bed, like your headrest where you're sleeping, and it catches all the bad dreams. So you're supposed to have good dreams while you're sleeping with it near you. And my mom used to have a bunch of them things hanging around. So it might be kind of cool. I want to do something with it though. I don't know how elaborate I'm going to get it, but I definitely need it to be able to be mounted to a wall. Because otherwise, it's not like you can wear the thing. It's nice that it's like full size head, but it's not practical. So for Ernest, I think it'd be better just to be able to hang it up, or at least be able to like stick it on a shelf without just looking like it's flopped over. But anyways, help us defeat those kaijus by hitting the like button, subscribe, become a ranger today. We also got Instagram, Patreon, TikTok, Facebook. Guys, will keep up to date with you and donate. Greatly would appreciate it. If you guys like to pick up some Godzilla's collectibles for yourself, link description for Entertainment Earth. If you go support the channel, get yourself some pretty cool collectibles. I think he sold out on it. Not 100%, but they got a ton of stuff if you like buying stateside, or if you collect Hiya Godzillas. Link in the description for Cow Kiss Toys. You can save 6% off your order. Code Steve Cow Kiss at checkout, and they do free shipping stateside, which is much cheaper than trying to buy from Hiya directly. And if you like to get your stuff sooner, they get it faster than Entertainment Earth. But if you guys still like to buy stateside, Entertainment Earth, great option as well. Anyways, see you guys next one. Bye bye. I don't know why I was like, sweet, I'll turn it off. I went to my laptop, not thinking that we're doing this from the phone. See ya.